What could be more beautiful than a sunset in Columbus, Ohio?
Well, another night of volleyball in it. That's exactly what we got here. Is this the Pro Volleyball Federation on YouTube back here in Nationwide Arena as the 2-4 Vegas Thrill play here in the home of the Fury at 2-2. Come on in and stay a while. It's the Buckeye Hall of Famer Audrey Flaw, and I am Brett Loft. As these teams played just 48 hours ago, Audrey, it was a straight sweep for Columbus, but that's not something that may seem so straightforward from that game.
Yeah, on paper, it looked like the Fury had an easy match, but it was anything but easy. Actually, Vegas Thrill were up in sets 1 and 2. In set 1, they missed some opportunities with some easy possible overpass kills. In set 2, they were ahead 23-19. Then Fury inserted their serving specialist, Ivania Ortiz, and she went off from the service line. In set 3, the Vegas Thrill made some lineup changes. The Fury just played consistent from the passing and service game, and they ended up closing out in 3 straight.
And when you look at two big players that had an impact on that game, they're both rookies. Hannah Maddox from South Alabama. She was the 3rd pick in the draft for the Thrill. Hannah has been phenomenal this year, Audrey.
Yeah, Maddox carries a heavy load for the Thrill, and she is their go-to outside hitter. You're going to see her ability to hit a variety of shots tonight from that left pin. She was the 26th overall pick, but she has proven to be the right pick for the Vegas Thrill. Watch her on the service line as she brings the heat with her top spin jump serve.
And then the rookie on the other side, she's been one of the best outside hitters in the league. Coach Angel Perez said Reagan Cooper is starting to find her voice here on this team.
In the first 4 matches for the Fury, Reagan Cooper has been pretty darn special. She leads the team in kills. She's doing a great job scoring from the back row, and she's doing a really nice job in serve receive. Coach Angel Perez says Cooper is starting to really blossom as a professional player. The Fury is going to need her tonight and score a lot from that left pin.
Looking back at this game as well, something we have to talk about in the pregame show, Audrey, the players who won't be on the floor. Megan Courtney Lush is going to be out tonight. Asia O'Neal is a game-time decision. She won't start. How much do you think that'll impact the game as well?
Well, Megan Courtney Lush is just the primary passer. She's the steady leader on the floor. It's going to be a huge impact. We'll see if the Columbus Fury's ball control is going to be good without her on the floor. Asia O'Neal, another huge impact player in the front row. She does a lot in terms of just expanding that offense pin to pin with her slide attack.
The starting lineups for the Thrill and the Fury on the other side as the Pro Volleyball Federation on YouTube rolls on.
On the slide, Brown!
Good set by Havili for Molly McCage. Third goes over, handled there, at the net. It sets up perfectly. Dimitrova lands it with the right hand. Serve and an ace. Taylor Cruz at 18 on the year.
Back throw and tag! Count it! Courtney Lush. Evans. Why not?
Nationwide Arena, the Thrill at 2-4, the Fury at 2-2. Brett Loftus, Audrey Flaw. Let's look at our starting lineups here tonight. Let's first start with the Vegas Thrill. Obviously a team, again, Coach Fleury said it this week, Audrey, just got to close out a little bit better. Who in that lineup you think is going to help really get there?
Well, I think one of the key players for the Thrill is Molly McCage, the M1. That means she's next to the setter in the lineup. She runs in front of the setter offensively really well, but then also behind the setter. So, again, she spreads that offense out for the Thrill. She's one to watch. She carries a big load out of the middle.
Kat Bell will play tonight, not in the starting lineup. Late decision made about 45 minutes before first serve. Gabby Gonzalez will be in her place. On the other side for the Fury, Raynell Jones gets the start in the middle. Maria Schlegel in the place of Megan Courtney Lush. Who's going to make the impact tonight for the Fury?
Well, I really think somebody needs to step up as a leader, and I think it's going to be the setter, Rye Santos. She's done an incredible job running the offense, but without Courtney Lush, she is the linchpin for this team, and she offers a lot of ball control. So whoever steps in her position on the outside, it looks like Maria Schlegel has that role tonight. She's going to have to be equally as good on that first contact, but the floor leader has to be the setter, Rye Santos.
Those are your starting lineups. It's the Thrill, it's the Fury, and it's on the other side of this break.
On the slide,
Good set by Havili for Molly McCage. Third goes over. Handled there at the net. It sets up perfectly. Dimitrova lands it with the right hand.
serve and an ace. Taylor Cruz at 18 on the year. Back throw and tag. Count it. Courtney Lush. Evans. Why not?
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Our day has dawned.
A new horizon is upon us.
Inspired by the many who came before us, together on a path to achieve something extraordinary.
Do you hear the groundswell? We are at the forefront of a revolution. Empowered, inspired, together. We didn't get here alone.
This is our responsibility. We are creating a new major league on the greatest stage volleyball has ever seen. Pro Volleyball Federation is real pro volleyball.
Now is our time.
Communities will come together.
History will be made.
We are one.
Today, we are inspired.
Today, the light shines on us.
Today marks the beginning of the next chapter.
And we're writing it together.
Rally with us!
The sun has set and the volleyball has arisen. It's the Fury and the Thrill here inside of Nationwide Arena. A two-game winning streak, Audrey Flaw. The Fury come in on a two-game losing streak on the other side for Vegas. How do the tides switch for the better for the Thrill, and how do the Fury continue what they're doing?
Well, the Fury right now is really banking on good serving and good passing. They've got great ball control. In fact, they're the #1 team in the league in serve receive. But tonight, as we mentioned, Megan Courtney Lush is out, the linchpin for this team. So for the Vegas Thrill, they need to really exploit the passers on the Fury side of the net, test and see who will rise to the occasion. And if there's somebody that is not passing threes for the Fury, you better believe the Vegas Thrill better exploit them.
Something else Angel talked to us about, as well as Coach Fran Fleury, is aces and at the service line. 12 aces for Vegas, and that's in 6 games. 15 for Columbus, and that's in 4 games. At the service line, going to be very, very important here tonight, as Maria Schlegel will start us out here for the Fury. Again, these two teams seen each other twice in 3 days in the midst of a 5-game and 11-day stretch for the Vegas Thrill. We are in the heart of the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation as we get started here tonight between the Columbus Fury and the Vegas Thrill. Just a push shot to get it over the first for the Thrill. Drexel. Kylie Murray able to get to it. Glass Childress not enough. First point goes to the Fury.
Vegas Thrill sending over a free ball. So first ball out of system and just a nice tip over the net. The Fury takes care of that ball.
Again, Maria Schlegel, her veteran presence in start of Megan Courtney Lush is just getting a night off. This one tips the tape. Right into the block. They go right back to Hannah Maddox. She tools at that time and gets the first point for the Thrill.
Oh, Maddox in the open, and she carries such a heavy load on that left pin, and what she does exceptionally well is she has a variety of shots. This time, going after that right hand, that's an intentional shot, wiping it off the edge of the blocker's hand.
The 26th overall pick, the 4th made by the Thrill in the draft. Caitlin Horn able to get the right hand to it.
Well, Caitlin Hoard does a really good job. She knows that with this tight pass, the only thing the setter can do is kind of lay it up there. And what she does is she is up, ready to do whatever it is that she has to do to get a point that time. Nice hard tip in the middle of the Thrill's defense.
Caitlin at the service line. She had 2 aces Saturday in Vegas. Dug out by Santos. Reagan Cooper. What a dig there from Kylie Murray. Back to Drexel. Through a block tip. And Samantha Drexel has her second kill.
Well, Drexel doing a really good job of being an option there offensively. You're going to see a nice high bump set in a good zone, and then that nice long deep attack. Those are really difficult to defend. Not really a defense to play that line shot.
Almost an ace there from Hoard. Murray able to get to it. Joust. And a net touch called on Glass Childress, it appears.
Well, we're seeing right now from the Vegas Thrill issues with first ball contact. Sometimes the pass a little too tight, sometimes too far off. One of the strategies Angel Perez says he wants his team to do is serve super tough and get Alicia Glass Childress, the setter for the Thrill, off the court, out of system, out of her comfort zone. She's an exceptional setter, and he wants to make her run and have fewer options offensively.
You know, we talked to Coach Fleury this week as she's able to set up that last point there for the Thrill. She says she doesn't move like she did when she was 25, but she's still our best attribute here as our setter. Reagan, you've seen a lot of that here recently.
Yeah, what makes Reagan Cooper such a great professional player is her ability to pass and then get all the way outside to get a big swing. You know, she wasn't really part of the serve receive pattern in college, so she's learning, and I'm telling you what, she's got a very quick way to learn serve receive, which takes some players a long time.
Saskia Hippe, the 16-year pro, gets her first kill tonight.
Well, Hippe, she is terminal from that right pin. Big, heavy arm. You're going to see this long set from Alicia Glass. She's well past the middle of the court. Puts it up. Great tempo location for Hippe to score.
The German native hitting at 38% this season. Santos keeps it off the floor. Right now doesn't have it enough to get it back over. Something to notice here, Audrey, both teams out of system.
Yeah, right now Reagan Cooper is definitely the serving target for the Thrill. and she hasn't been able to put up a 3. And a 3 is when the setter is in the setter's box in right front, and she has all 3 hitting options. Right now, she's not getting aced, but she's not making perfect passes.
They go at Cooper again. Now they set up Reagan on the attack. Too much.
Well, there's the strategy for the Vegas Thrill. It doesn't take a lot to see what their strategy is. Serve Cooper, get her doing a lot of things, and especially that pass before she has to swing to score.
Hippe, a service error. That'll give it back to the Fury.
Yep, and there's that risk versus reward. You know, you're going after a player and you can't put easy serves in Reagan Cooper's lap. So that was that risk versus reward there we saw from the Thrill on the service line.
Hippe able to set up Gabby Gonzalez.
Gonzalez has a very heavy arm. She's actually really good in 6 rotations as a passer. That time the pass was off. The set was an out-of-system set, but she manages to wipe off the block.
Gabby Gonzalez from Marietta, Georgia, but played here in Columbus at Ohio State. Raynell Jones. Somehow, the Thrill kept that off the floor. Drexel, just a roll shot to get it over. Slide play. McCage ran into the official stand, could not keep that one in.
Yeah, that ball was actually hit outside of the antenna, so before the ball even crossed the net, it was out of bounds. Let's take a look at that. You can see how that ball, she was just swiping at it, doing the best she could to keep it inbounds.
What a play by Molly, though. I mean, just to even get to that, we highlighted her earlier in the pregame show as a service error from the Fury. I mean, a Texas grad, she has been phenomenal this year.
Her strength is her foot speed, just as you mentioned. Like, she gets out there super quick. The set was a little off, but her and Alicia Glass-Childress will connect. We'll see some outrageous slide attacks from McCage.
Schlegel. Glass-Childress sets up Hannah Maddox as Leon makes an incredible dig. Back to Maria. Hannah Maddox. Some good defensive plays here. Another one from Hippe. They set her up. Leon, another incredible dig. An overpass, not able to get down. Drexel finds the hands of Maddox. Back to Hannah. What a point this is. Maria finally able to end it, and Nationwide Arena loves it.
We are absolutely right, Brett. This place is exploding, and they are cheering. That was the longest rally so far of the set, and it was on the shoulder of Maria Schlegel. These extended rallies, boy, they are a gut check, and I'm telling you, you got to be physically in good shape to sustain a rally like that.
What about Valeria Leon?
Oh, yeah.
Had a couple incredible digs on that last point. Back set, slammed home by the veteran Berkeley Oblad.
Again, never underestimate the power and the reason why passing is so important. Gabby Gonzalez taking that ball, passing it perfectly. That offense is run so crisp by Alicia Glass-Childress.
Speaking of Alicia, she's now at the service line. Santos, one-handed set into the block. Caitlin Horn, she's been able to find the seam early.
Right now, the Fury has 3 hitters in the front row. So when that free ball comes over, every blocker on the other side of the net has a hitter. That is their responsibility. So you can't double team on anybody, and that's why that makes that set such a good set, good choice by Rai Santos for the Fury.
Oblad into the block, but out it goes. Berkeley Oblad coached the last 2 years.
Yeah.
At Southern Utah, now back out there on the floor,
Yeah.
and she looks as good as she's ever been.
Yeah, real physical, standing at 6'4". She gets up, and she is always an option. She just has great communication with her setter.
And again, a Henderson, Nevada native, which is actually where the Thrill play at the Dollar Loan Center. What a dig from Kylie Murr. Hippe got it off the hands, and it's sailed out.
Kylie Murr with that great dig. So I like how they just give her space to operate in that left back corner. It's almost like they want the ball to go to her. They channel the ball to her. She's so gutsy. One of my favorite players that came out of Ohio State. I've got a lot of favorites from Ohio State, but she's definitely one of them.
Audrey, the Buckeye Hall of Famer. Kylie will be one day too, the all-time leader in digs at Ohio State. Another one there for her tonight. Back row attack from Maddox. Didn't quite get all of that one.
So it's interesting. Maddox is typically a very high point of contact type of hitter. That time, that ball was down a little bit too low. She didn't reach it at the high point, and so ball went sailing into the net.
Another extremely competitive set. Angel Perez and Fran Fleury, the respective head coaches here tonight, said as much this season as Raynell and Reagan combined for the block.
Well, let's talk about Raynell Jones on the block. Is she doesn't lean one way or the other. She's a great blocker, and then you see how she's got this hang time. Such a physical kid in the middle, standing at 6'3" for the Fury.
This one still somehow got over after some miscommunication up front. Reagan Cooper pins it on the back line.
Cooper has been an absolute star for this Fury team. Take a look at how she backpedals back so quickly. Lots of space there in that cross-court corner, and Cooper just exploits the defense for the Thrill.
Reagan, she was a third-team All-American last season, and, well, she's been playing like one of the best players here in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Into the block. Raynell able to quickly get it back over. Hippe, forward to left hand. Samantha. Maddox there to keep it alive. Another great defensive possession. Reagan powers up, and Reagan powers home.
Well, for the Thrill, Gabby Gonzalez not hitting a really tough shot, so the defense for the Fury able to transition, and then the arm right there. You see the arm of Reagan Cooper. Big point for the Fury.
The Fury, they're feeling it. Timeout called by Vegas. We'll take it with them. It's the Pro Volleyball Federation, and it's the Reagan Cooper Show here on YouTube.
On the slide, Brown!
Good set by Hafili for Molly McCage. Third goes over. Handled there at the net. It sets up perfectly. Dimitrova lands it with the right hand.
Serve and an ace. Taylor Cruz at 18 on the year. Back throw attack. Count it. Courtney Lutz. Evans. Why not?
Here early in set number one, Nationwide Arena, a good crowd here on hand on this Monday night, and they came to watch two of the best setters in all of the Pro Volleyball Federation. Alicia Glass-Childress, again, she has been such a great player internationally, and now back here in the USA. She, like we said, she's the best attribute on this team according to her head coach.
Yeah, you know, what I like about Alicia Glass-Childress is she always delivers good sets, and then on the upper level of what a setter's job is to set the tricky set. She's able to do that, but she has been running around so much that she's not able to really use much of her offense. So again, it's that ball control that's really hindering Alicia Glass-Childress, but it is exactly the strategy that the Fury has. They want to get her running and not able to set in system.
Drexel into the first row. Fury not able to get it back over. Alicia that time able to set up Gabby Gonzalez.
Gabby Gonzalez does a good job, again, wiping the ball high off the block, and you can see how the defense for the Fury was scrambling. But I'm telling you what, coaches like that type of effort on defense, so good effort by the Fury.
Hannah Maddox from the 10-foot line. Oh my, that was powerful.
Yeah. And that's exactly, and the crowd, did you hear that? They were like, oh. Yeah, that's what she brings to this Vegas Thrill team. She's quick. As soon as that ball is set, she's already taking her first step of her approach, and then you can see that seam between 6 and 1. couldn't be handled there by the defense.
Averaging about 12 kills a match. Raynell Jones able to find some hands. Hip A, but then what a dig from Schlegel. Reagan Cooper rolls it over. Gonzalez. Gabby put too much juice on that one and an attack error.
Yeah, so let's talk about Maddox's kill from the back row. How do you prevent that from happening if you're the Fury? Send her that first ball, make her run sideline to sideline to play the ball on defense. Then you take her out. Then you're relying on somebody else to swing, and as you can see, that's just what happened in that play. Gonzalez hitting the ball out.
Hannah can quite literally kill you from anywhere, no pun intended. As Drexel keeps it off the floor, Santos pushes it to the back corner. They got Maddox running that time. Molly McCage set her up in the middle. She punishes the free ball, and that's exactly what Coach Fleury wants. She says, we attack the offense with our middles.
Yep, that's right. And that overpass, they missed opportunities in the first matchup. And that time, Molly McCage takes care of that overpass, and that's an easy point.
Reagan Cooper, another kill.
So subtly, why is Reagan Cooper so good? Did you see where that ball was placed? It was in the seam of 6 and 1, which is a different look. The other time she scored, it was cross court deep. So that's having a lot of tools to go to. That's Reagan Cooper.
Reagan already with 4 kills here in set number 1. Raynell Jones sent it right back where it came from. She's been good up front defensively tonight.
Yeah, you know what we call that set, Brett? Low, tight, and inside. It's the kiss of death for any hitter. You can't do much with those balls.
I don't know if I like that or not. It makes me feel a little uneasy. The defense likes it, though. Reagan Cooper still at the service line here for Columbus. Slide play to Molly McCage, finds some hands and finds a point.
There's the speed of Molly McCage, and Alicia Glass-Childress is used to setting a nice fast slide. So if they're in system, you're going to see that long set by Alicia Glass. That's a great set off the 10-foot line, off 1 foot, well placed.
And an ace. Something the Thrill really wanted to work on. Gabby Gonzalez, the former Buckeye and the rookie here in the Pro Volleyball Federation.
That's a perfect serve by Gonzalez, pushing the passers back, but nobody even called that ball in or out. Communication, the key.
Everybody calls it out.
Yeah.
Coach Audrey Flaw, coach it over here from the press box.
They heard me.
And that's really important because it seems like any momentum that we've seen here tonight from the Thrill has been negated by unforced errors. And speaking of what could cause a forced error, it is the serving specialist, Ivania Ortiz. McCage and Molly, 2 kills in the last 3 points.
Well, this Vegas Thrill offense looks exceptional when that ball is passed well. And that time, you're going to see a nice, quickly run slide here. Just a down-the-line slam by the Vegas Thrill.
And another service error from the Thrill.
Yeah, Coach Fran Flory said serving and blocking has really been tough, and they haven't been able to really move the dial on that in practice because they've been so busy just training for matches and traveling for matches. So not a lot of opportunity to work on their serving and blocking.
Back set again. Oblad able to find the floor. I want to revisit that, though. You talk about traveling around. These two teams, they are running off not a whole lot of sleep right now, traveling back from Vegas within the last 48 hours.
Yep. Take a look at that replay there. Oblad seeing that the defense is back, and that's a great shot right over top of the block. Really tough for the defense to play.
Miscommunication between Schlegel and Santos leads to back-to-back points here for the Thrill.
All right, and this is what is really positive is that the two players, after making kind of a rookie mistake there and lack of communication, they're going to talk it out and sort it out.
18 up here late in set number 1. Gonzalez, a good dig. Oblad cannot find the campfire, but able to find a point.
Right, and just like that, Vegas Thrill is on top by a point here. We've got 19-18. Good defensive play there. Little tip right over top of the block.
Caitlin Horde. That is the play that has worked every time here tonight, Audrey.
Well, you're right, because she's one-on-one and she elevates. She's got great distance from the net so she can swing all the way through. But look at how that set is pushed just past the middle blocker's hands, and it gives Horde an opportunity to cut it back to position one.
Caitlin been swinging pretty well this season. Her hitting percentage at 44%. A service error from Maria Schlegel. No separation whatsoever right now between these two teams. Hannah Maddox to serve on the other side. Caitlin Horde took something off. Murray able to dig it out. Gabby Gonzalez rolls it over. Leon dug it out. Reagan Cooper somehow dug out. Kept alive. Gonzalez with the roll shot. Cooper powered up. Murray there. Cooper. Another great defensive play from the Thrill. Drexel finds hands, but finds out of bounds.
Well, you saw great defensive gets on both sides of the net, but moving that ball around, Rai Santos going with her powerful right side hitter. And take a look at that swing. Off the block, out of bounds, lots to cheer about if you're the Columbus Fury.
So now Caitlin Horde goes back to serve. It was 10-10, it was 15-15, now it's 20-20. Somebody's going to have some good vision to finish it out and win set number one. Runs it down in front of the table. Raynell there. Kept alive. Hannah Maddox from the 10-foot line. Reagan Cooper right to Murr and over on one. Raynell.
Wowza. Now that's a kill. Take a look at Raynell Jones here. Right in the seam there. Oh, wait, no, she cuts that thumb down. That's a great shot, up and over. I like the distance from the net, allowing her arm to go all the way through that ball.
Gabby Gonzalez into the block of Jones and Drexel. Santos able to dig it out. An overpass. Raynell punishes it again. Back-to-back points for number one.
Yeah, it's not good enough to just play the ball. You got to keep that ball on your side of the net on the first contact. Big mistake there by the Vegas Thrill.
Number one on the floor and number one on the defensive side right now. Raynell Jones put her on a blocking clinic. 3 points away are the Fury from taking set number one. Got to see some smiles in the crowd. The Fury are only 3 points away from winning set number one, and they've won 6 out of the last 7 sets that they played, and the big reason why, because they've been able to close out sets.
Yeah, you got to have competitive composure. You got to be aggressive, yet minimize unforced errors, and it often comes down to that serve-pass game. We'll see if that dictates who wins here in the first set.
In the Thrill, really needing a set victory right now. On the end, they have lost 6 out of the last 7 sets they have played. Reagan Cooper was looking for hands, not able to get it. Angel Perez quickly signals that he wants to challenge at last play.
All right, let's take a look and see if we can see it here. Look at the high set that Reagan Cooper gets. It's not a fast tempo set. it's a high set because she can get up and over. You're going to see offenses running a little quicker than that, but that really plays to her strength, her ability to jump and swing and reach and hit the blocker's fingertips. We'll take a look and see if the Vegas Thrill did touch that ball or not.
Obviously, the 22 cameras, the Bolt 6. Over the $1 million worth of equipment that the league has put into it. It's our first challenge here tonight.
Yeah, it is a game changer, and life will never be the same for volleyball enthusiasts. Let's take a look and see. I see that finger going back, but it says no block touch. What do you think, Brett?
Well, the Fury is saying the same thing you are. I'm sure the Thrill are saying opposite, and well, in fact, no block touch is ruled.
Oh.
As the Fury celebrated as they thought it was, and obviously was no block touch. So a big point.
All right.
As again, that would have been a 3-point lead in favor of the Fury. On the other side, Vegas was able to draw within 1 on that last point. Now back to serve to be Janet Koloniuvalu. The Utah native. Played at Southern Utah, finished out her career at Miami, the U. And a service error. So now a 2-point lead, and 2 away are Columbus.
Here's the double sub that the Fury likes to make in this situation late in the set. They bring in Ashley Wentz to go in for Rye Santos. A little bigger block on that pin, and then Gabby Blossom will come in the backcourt to set the offense. So there's 3 offensive weapons for the Fury in the front court. But the bigger deal is that there's a bigger block. Santos is only 5'10", and Wentz close to 6'2", 6'3".
Gabby Gonzalez. So it did go off of a Fury player. Schlegel chases it down. Ashley wins, crashes into one of the Bolt 6 cameras, as that'll be a point there for Vegas, back within 1.
Yeah, this is probably one of the more sloppier points, and this is all about communication. The setter releases, she was in right back. She releases because it's a free ball. Middle back player has to take that area of the court.
Blossom. Reagan Cooper slams it down the line. Match point upcoming for the Fury.
Sweet set by Gabby Blossom. That was a long set, and there you see jump set, and you can see the space between the blocker's hands right there, but it didn't matter. Right down the line for the winner.
Slide play to McCage. Reagan kept it alive. Ray now bumps it over somehow. Back to McCage. Slammed home with authority.
Telling you what, you give this Vegas Thrill a free ball and they will handle it. Molly McCage, front row. Fran Fury, head coach of the Thrill, said anytime she is in the front row, that is our strongest lineup, and you can see exactly why.
So a steal set point. Gabby Gonzalez at the service line. Obviously, if the Thrill win this one, they'll be win by 2. Ashley wins, finds hands, and finds set number 1 for the Fury. 25-23. How about that southpaw coming in? Let's take a look at this sweet shot yet again.
What a gutsy set. Well, that was the previous play down the line to get the Fury to point 24. It was Gabby Blossom with the gutsy set to set. Ashley Wentz on that right side for the game winner.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party, you weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
A friend told me about Girl Talk because I was struggling with friends. I thought that it would be a great experience for me to maybe see what it's like, and so far it's been amazing.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
I was terrified my first day of Girl Talk, but Girl Talk has made me more aware of who I am, and I can be free and not have to worry about what other people think of me.
It was fun, but it was also a life lesson that I got out of it, and it really stuck with me because I know that Girl Talk really shaped me into the woman that I am today.
Girl Talk is never-ending love. No matter your differences or no matter who you are loved here.
You allow them to be themselves. This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that. What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. We recognize that all girls are at risk. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal, and that so many organizations, there's a barrier to leadership.
I think Girl Talk offers a different environment. I think the talk piece is the key in terms of having that positive conversation, the dialogue.
There are a number of different ways for folks to get involved and give back to Girl Talk. So it really can be almost anything right now. There's just millions and millions of ways. There's nothing too big or too small at this point for the Girl Talk organization to find useful in a partnership.
When you're donating money, you want to know where it goes. And I can tell you, dollar for dollar, you see the impact.
It's important that you give your time and your effort to the things that need it most, because that's part of growth, that's part of humility, that's part of grace, and I think that's where really Girl Talk does an amazing way of getting women that opportunity to grow and to learn what it's like to give.
Helping us scale this organization is not only a worthy investment, but it will ultimately help shape a kinder, more confident generation of women.
Those youngsters there on your screen are a part of over the 110,000 fans thus far who have attended Pro Volleyball Federation matches. And just like Angel Perez and Fran Fleury have told us, they have all been competitive.
Yeah, the league overall has been so fun to watch. I think it's easy for spectators to enjoy this high level of play. And sometimes it's not at their sharpest. Like, I didn't think either team was at their best. And sometimes you got to play ugly and you got to find a way to win. And that's exactly what the Fury did. But overall, the competitiveness of the matches has been so intriguing to the fans and players. And it seems like in this league, everyone has the chance to win.
Alicia Glass-Childress starts us out at the serving line here in set number 2. Reagan Cooper, Kylie Murr quickly dug it out. Hannah Maddox, don't let her get going.
Yeah, if that ball gets hit cross court to Kylie Murr, she has been winning that battle against Reagan Cooper for the Fury. So Kylie Murr really doing a good job of taking up space in that left back corner, digging lots of balls.
Third kill tonight for Hannah. Santos, Caitlin Horde, straight up and straight down, the good old elevator shot.
Well, what a great shot, and make no doubt about it, she places it in the right back area of the court because Alicia Glass-Childress just served the ball, and she's in an okay position to play the ball, just not low and ready. That ball came at her quickly.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, Megan Courtney Lush out tonight for the Fury, as well as we have not seen Asia O'Neal yet, excuse me. Asia was a game time decision, could or could not play. So that is where the Fury are at injury-wise, as Hannah Maddox able to get another kill. Now she'll serve for the Thrill. Attacking Reagan Cooper. Raynell Jones bumps it over. Right down the seam from Berkeley Oblak.
You can see how the serve set up that play, that transition play for the Thrill. Tough serve, takes the Fury out of system, a free ball, and they're able to run their offense really crisply.
Another powerful serve and an ace for Hannah Maddox. The third ace tonight for the Thrill.
Well, Fran Fleury, head coach for the Vegas Thrill, said that serving hasn't been great, but we're seeing right now what a tough and aggressive jump top spin serve is bringing to this Thrill team.
An overpass. Hippe decides to play it. In system. Drexel got it back over. And again, Berkeley Oblak
Oh, Oblak came ready to play tonight, hitting all kinds of shots, hitting a one ball an A, and then running that B31. So here you see how she gets her feet in great position to get that set, puts it away.
Our day has dawned.
A new horizon is upon us.
Inspired by the many who came before us, together on a path to achieve something extraordinary.
Do you hear the groundswell? We are at the forefront of a revolution. Empowered, inspired, together. We didn't get here alone.
This is our responsibility. We are creating a new major league on the greatest stage volleyball has ever seen. Pro Volleyball Federation is real pro volleyball.
Now is our time.
Communities will come together.
History will be made.
We are one.
Today, we are inspired.
Today, the light shines on us.
Today marks the beginning of the next chapter.
And we're writing it together.
Rally with us.
The best serve receiving team in the league, Audrey Flaw, having some issues thus far on that end of the game here in set number 2.
Yeah, prior to the match, Coach Fran Flory for the Vegas Thrill said it's hard to break this Fury team in serve receive, but right now, because Megan Courtney Lush is not part of the lineup, she is out for the match. We're seeing all kinds of serve receive issues, and that's why the Fury is down 4 points early in the second.
Santos, Raynell finds some hands. Samantha Drexel, again off hands. Oblad and Gonzalez been unstoppable up front. Find the hands and down that time, though.
Hats off to Rai Santos, trusting her right side to get multiple sets here. A nice high set to the right side. And, you know, we talk about setters having a good set, smart set, tricky set. I would say that was a tricky set. Everyone thought it was going to go to Cooper on the left pin.
Not able to dig it out. Gabby Gonzalez has been really, really solid here tonight, already with 4 Qs.
Yeah, Gonzalez does a really good job of just finding ways to score. She's not powering it down on the court, but what she does is she sees the blocker's hands that are not up and over. If you're high, you're a target. Gonzalez takes advantage.
And how about that? Another service ace for the Thrill.
Yeah, so complete opposite of what we saw Saturday night. Saturday night, it was all the Fury serving bullets to the Vegas Thrill, and now we're seeing the opposite there. Thrill just having a heyday there on the end line.
Cooper, Santos, Schlegel, a sky ball. Gabby Gonzalez through the block. How about Vegas coming out, playing very, very motivated here in set number 2?
Absolutely, and you can see the differences in tempo between the two setters. Alicia Glass-Childress setting a very quick ball to the pin. It's no higher than the antenna. And Gabby Gonzalez taking that first step at the point of contact. So very different types of offenses that are being run here. We talked about Columbus Fury, high balls to the pin, and it's been working for them, as opposed to the Vegas Thrill really pushing tempo on the pins.
Cooper. I think they're trying to determine if that even got over the net. They will determine no, went off the tape and out.
Yeah, no touch there. I think it went right off the tape and out of bounds.
Nangel Perez will now challenge if that went off the tape or if that went off a Thrill player. Second challenge tonight. Both have come from the Columbus Fury.
Well, let's take a look at this. You see that out of system set. I did not see that ball clear the net at all. So maybe an opportunity for this team to regroup. Yeah, I think that's the best view right there. Hits the top of the tape, no touch, in my opinion.
And again, those are 2 looks on our broadcast. We'll also get another look at both 6. Nangel Perez, we were here last Wednesday against Omaha, was actually almost perfect, or was perfect actually on his challenges. Ended up going 3 for 3 in that match. Let's get a look here on both 6.
Oh, well.
Did that get the forearm of Hippe?
Oh,
It
wow.
did.
Yeah.
Call is reversed. Angel Perez, who stands really, really close to the Florida action, able to see that one pretty well.
Boy, yeah. And these old eyes, I really didn't see it. But, yeah, just right over the top of the tape ever so slightly, but hitting the block for the thrill.
Well, even with my extra pair of eyes, my glasses, I couldn't tell that one either. A really good challenge there from Perez, and maybe turning the tides a little bit.
The setter's job is to get their hitter one-on-one. Alicia Glass-Childress did exactly that. But Rai Santos clearing that net, reaching up and over one-on-one. Usually it goes to the hitter's advantage. Santos taking care of that ball.
The opposing setter playing a little defense. Gonzalez able to flail and get it. Hippe able to find the honeypot.
Yeah. You know, I've never been a fan of just getting the ball on an overpass and pushing it to the side. I always like when people are aggressive and hit the ball. The Fury missed the opportunity, but we're at a great tip there by Hippe. She scored a couple times on that. We'll see if the Fury adjusts at all, if the blocker comes down and plays that ball, or if the defense will read and be able to play the ball up.
Over on the second one. Gonzalez found some hands and found another point. How good has Gabby been?
Yeah, Gabby's been really solid, just reaching high, going off the blocker's hands. Again, not a lot of her balls are hitting the court, and that's okay. She's still finding a way to score, and I think that is a great attribute to have, and it's really a sign of a seasoned outside hitter.
Another former Buckeye, Janasia Moore, checks on to the floor here for the Fury. Wow, Molly McCage. They whistled the play over. She got that kill, and, well, Angel Perez quickly signals that he wants to challenge it.
Yeah, what's difficult now is you got Janasia Moore, who's actually in for the Fury, blocking on that left side. So she's blocking that slide attack by Molly McCage. And Molly McCage is 6'3". Janasia Moore is about 5'11". Let's take a look at the replay here. No, that ball hit the ground. Yeah.
Looked like he got Reagan Cooper off that left calf and then able to hit the floor.
Yep.
So this one will stay with the Thrill. And again, the Thrill able to extend their lead and now have a 7-point lead.
So again, we talked about the matchup here. Molly McCage hitting over top of Janasia Moore. We'll see if Alicia Glass-Childress, I'm sure she recognizes that. We'll see if she continues to exploit it.
Moore. Slide play right into the block, but dug out by Murr. Gonzalez. Drexel saves it. Leon from the back line. Janasia. Molly McCage cannot get it down. Reagan Cooper from the 10-foot line, upset with herself after that last shot.
Yeah, Cooper mishit there, but I like the matchup that I'm seeing. Again, we talk about Molly McCage hitting over Janasia Moore. She's gotten a couple great touches there to extend the rally, and here you see that ball just drops a little bit, never clears the net for Cooper.
As that will be a service error from Saskia Hippe, the Berlin, Germany native. And now Raynell Jones to serve. Janasia Moore making an impact already.
All right, so if you're the Columbus Fury down by 6, you just take advantage of these overpass opportunities. Janasia Moore really taking advantage of that and finding the open corner to sweep that ball into.
Gabby Gonzalez. What a shot from Gabby Gonzalez.
Yep. Again, it's the tempo and location of Glass-Childress's set. It's fast, it's to the pin, and you can see the block is not clearly perfectly formed, and then Gonzalez takes advantage of a shorter blocker in front of her with Rai Santos, the setter for the Fury.
Santos chases it down to Drexel. First touch, Hippe. McCage. That's the second time on a slide play she hit the official stand. However, the Thrill will get the point. It appeared to be a net touch.
Yeah, let's take a look here if we see that net touch. Wow.
May have looked like Janasia Moore gotten it.
Yeah, maybe, but I really didn't see it.
Santos. Cooper right into the block of Molly McCage.
Well, Molly McCage just staying home. She knows that Cooper is the #1 choice here. Even if she's back row, this is where the Fury likes to go. Molly McCage not fooled and just waits and reads perfectly.
Gonzalez back there to get her. Glass Childress. Hannah Maddox. Hannah Maddox with yet another kill. That one say that caught a hand of a Columbus Fury player. Timeout on the floor. Let's talk about our upcoming matches here as the Pro Volleyball Federation on YouTube. A double header on Thursday as the Supernovas of Omaha will travel to Atlanta to play the Vibe. That will be at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Again, two really good squads. We saw Omaha here last Wednesday. Again, the Vibe at 4-2. They've had a little bit off time. And then at 10 Eastern time, you're going to have 6 hours of volleyball as out on the West Coast, these Vegas Thrill will go and play the Mojo of San Diego. Again, that will be at 10 p.m. Eastern. Both matches right here on the Pro Volleyball Federation YouTube page. Audrey Flaw, something we started this set talking about. We came out of timeout about it. We've talked about it a lot because it's just reigned so true this year, has been the parity and the competitiveness in this league. These have been, tonight, this set number 2 has been one of the very few sets that hasn't been too competitive. And why has that been?
Well, it hasn't been competitive because right now the Fury's out of sorts on that first contact. And the Vegas Thrill is doing a really good job of keeping their balls in play. They're hitting their serving targets. The Fury forced to make some lineup changes, and this is really their strongest or their first preference for their lineup. But regardless of that, you have to compete and you've got to play hard. So we'll see. This will be a really interesting test for the Fury.
Battling in the fire. And something that Coach Angel Perez talks about all the time is this not measured by points or wins, but the progress that you made. How much progress can the Fury make in this one? The Thrill trying to get back in the sets 1 column. Caitlin Horde tried to punish an overpass. Whistle blows. Point goes to the Thrill. And that was a thrilling point all around.
Yeah, high level of respect for the defense on the Fury side right there, just not giving up. But I'm telling you, it's exciting for this Thrill to be coming out so hot. They're competing so well again. Major advantage on that serve right now.
Well, Gabby Gonzalez has been phenomenal back there at the service line. Janasia Moore able to find her second point scored here in the set. Has been a spark plug since she's came into the ball game.
Yeah, sometimes powering it through doesn't always work. These change-up shots are so good. You can see the frustration there. Alicia Grass-Childress wanted that ball played up, and she wants to take advantage of this huge lead that the Vegas Thrill currently has.
Molly McCage. Leon sets up Drexel. Dug out by Hippe. Maddox. Kept alive by Santos. Janasia.
All right, I credit Santos for her defensive get on the tip. She read it perfectly. She took off from her defensive position, and it allowed this to happen. A great set to the outside. Janasia Moore feeling good about that kill down the line.
Rice Santos, one of the veteran voices here, as noted by Angel Perez. Serves. Caitlin Horde, an overpass down. The Fury starting to catch some momentum. Still a long way to go, though.
Yep, you've got to take advantage. Again, we've talked about it already. We've seen it on both sides of the net, but these balls that are over right on top of the net, you got to take that ball, slam it down. Great job by Horde.
Back set, McCage. Molly McCage on that slide play. That has been the go-to play for the Thrill when they've needed a side out.
Yep, she's been money all night long. What a great rhythm she has with Glass Childress. And look at how she takes advantage going over top of Janasia Moore, wiping that ball off.
Reagan Cooper able to get to it. Janasia Moore. Another point.
Well, I really like this kid, number 18 for the Fury, another Buckeye. And what I really like is that she is not typically a right side attacker in that rotation. She's going to swing right side. She finds a way to score.
Asia with 3 kills tonight, almost gets an ace, and does get an ace. The former Buckeye also was a volunteer her 5th year, and she's volunteering her efforts here in set number 2.
Yeah, she serves it right to her former teammate, Gabby Gonzalez, and she wins that serve pass battle, the game within the game.
Murr. Hip A. Angel Perez, all he could do was cringe at that one. Because how do you stop it?
Well, you know what? You just have to play hard on defense. You got to recognize, and you have to really focus on the scouting report. That's kind of what she does. She hits that deep 6 ball when she is hitting from the backcourt.
And a service error. Something I want to revisit on that last play. It was almost a pseudo back set. We've seen that slide play so much, they didn't go to it. Do you think that's what threw off the defense of Columbus?
Yeah, whenever you've got multiple hitters going up to attack, it always makes you delay slightly and second guess, but the reaction there from the defensive side of the net for the Fury has to be a lot quicker. Yep, there you see the slide and the back row attack.
So now it'll be the service specialist, Savanya Ortiz. Usually comes in late in sets. Maybe Angel trying to spark something from the service line. Not able to do so because 9-1's on the floor for the Thrill.
My, oh my, that is quite the line shot. Hippe went up to hit, and it looked like there was no block in front of her. Actually, there was a block, but there you see a well-placed set right between the blocker's outside hand and the antenna. Lots of space to hit that ball into.
Service error. As now Blossom and Ashley wins back into the contest here for the Fury. Down by 7. Vegas 5 points. Potentially away from sending us to halftime break. Again, just as a reminder, all our faithful fans know that if you're new to the Pro Volleyball Federation, halftime between sets 2 and 3, where the teams will switch sides. We'll have about a 10-minute intermission. Janasia keeps it alive from the back line. Reagan Cooper right to Murr. Hippe had it sit right back. Over on 2, Janasia, what a dig. Cooper, roll shot. Murr. Hippe, too much power.
We've seen that missed shot from Hippe a few times on Saturday where she's just going hard cross court and just misses it. You can see the angle of her approach, and she just misses that cross-court shot ever so slightly, but we've seen that error from her a few times on Saturday.
Hippe right into Cooper. Glass Childress goes back to her. Blocked that time by Raynell Jones.
Raynell Jones, money on that block. Again, watch her read, quick, and then she is reaching outside her body and goes back to the center of the court with her hands. Lots to celebrate there by Raynell Jones.
When Raynell graduated from Maryland in 2022, she was the all-time program leader in career blocks, and well, tonight she's been having a block party at times. Already 3 she's recorded. Blossom, Cooper, joust at the net. Won by Raynell Jones, and she flexes on him after she wins that last point.
Well, remember, this is the similar situation that the Fury was in set 2 at Vegas. They were down by a ton of points. 19-23, they came back to win that set. We'll see if that same thing happens tonight in set 2.
Uh-oh. What Audrey Flaw's saying? Here comes the Columbus Fury. The coolest men in the building, the mobsters. Makes me want to get my fedora back out. You know, I wore a fedora to my 8th grade dance.
Oh, did you?
Audrey Flaw. It makes me want to get that back out. Again, just another one of the cool things that they have here in Nationwide Arena.
Yeah, it's part of the fun game experience for fans. These guys are hilarious. They really put on a show in between, you know, the timeout when there's an opportunity for them to get out on the floor.
Exciting time here for the Fury. They've drawn back within 4. They trailed by as many as 11 here in set number 2, back at 17-6. Reagan Cooper. And point goes to the Fury. Into the net, they say, for the thrill.
Well, the Fury is storming back here. 1 point at a time. Let's take a look if there's a net touch. Oh, yeah.
Hippe, Blossom, Reagan Cooper, Maddox not able to get to it. The Columbus Fury down by 2.
Oh, what a swing. Great defensive get, and you gotta love the effort. This is what is so entertaining for spectators. You know, even though the ball was not dug to the middle of the court, the effort by the Thrill to try to keep that ball alive. What a courageous attempt there by the Thrill.
Megan Jemison, the rookie outside hitter, into the ball game. First touch is Gabby Gonzalez. Valeria Leon. Raynell Jones.
The value of a touch off of the block to slow the ball down. That's what the Fury did. And then look at that set right in between the 2 blockers for the Thrill. All Raynell Jones. A really good set there by Gabby Blossom.
A late timeout from Fran Fleury. Wants to talk it over. Nationwide Arena wants to scream about it. Down by 1 are the Fury. Who's going to win it here? It's set number 2.
Over. Handled there at the net. It sets up perfectly. Dimitrova lands it with the right hand.
Serve and an ace. Taylor Cruz at 18 on the year. Back throw and tag. Count it. Courtney Lutz. Evans. Why not?
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
There's a term, and no matter what the sport is called, it's called winning time, Audrey Flaw.
Yeah.
We're getting in that critical winning time moment here in set number 2.
Absolutely, you know, and Fran Fleury, the head coach for the Vegas Thrill, talked about her team having to learn from these experiences that they've had of not being able to close out sets. We see it again here in the second set. They are bleeding points in this rotation. We'll see if self-doubt has set in or if they can come out of this time out with a point.
Gabby Blossom has sparked this run at the service line here for Columbus. This one into the hands of the Fury, but the point awarded to the Thrill as that one sailed out.
Well, that's exactly what you want out of the timeout. And look who rotated to the front court for the Vegas Thrill. Molly McCade, she'll be up there for 3 rotations, and that is Alicia Glass, Childress's favorite go-to player.
One of the service specialists, Janet Koloniuvalu, back into the ball game, second-year pro. Blossom, Reagan Cooper.
Cooper, that's what you hear here in Nationwide Arena. Big, big cheers for Reagan Cooper here. One-on-one, look at that.
9 kills for Reagan Cooper. That's a game high thus far, and now she's gonna go to the service line. Glass Childress One of the best setters all time, sets up Molly McCage, and the three will get the point right back.
Yeah, this team, the Vegas Thrill, is very middle-oriented. You can see that Glass Childress is moving to the left front area of the court, but still sets her middle, McCage. That's her favorite go-to.
Hippe. Blossom. Ashley wins, the southpaw slams it home. Columbus just like that, back within one.
Yeah, this is a great set by Gabby Blossom to go to the somewhat unexpected choice there, but Wentz has been money all night long when she's been able to get in. She swings big with that left swing of hers.
Now Raynell Jones serves. Slide play to McCage. Off the hands of Horde and Moore, but it sails out. Back and forth, we continue to trade points. The Thrill 2 points away from winning this set.
Yeah, McCage is the expected hitter in that rotation. Again, the slide attack takes all the way to the pin, and she is an experienced attacker from that right pin.
Janasia Moore. Gabby Gonzalez, what a dig to lay out. Hannah Maddox. Leon finds it. Poured over. McCage has it blocked. Janasia Moore says not today.
Oh, wow. Take a look at this. Moore lines up perfectly. She's expecting not the slide, but that quick right behind the setter. Boy, she was not fooled in the right spot at the right time. That's a huge point for the Columbus Fury.
Audrey Flo, what we thought was an uncompetitive set.
Right.
Boy, were we fooled. Rai Santos at the service line with a chance to tie it up here for the Fury. Glass Childress got it over on the second hit. Leon. Janasia has it denied right back, but kept the line. Drexel right into the block. And how about that? Maddox and McCage set up set point here for Vegas.
Yeah, one of the things when you're setting a higher offense, that means the set's going higher than the pin. It does give the blockers an opportunity to close and seal the net. We saw that from the Vegas Thrill.
McCage. Santos. Drexel. Right back. Janasia Moore on the right pin. Gabby Gonzalez goes flying as she dug it out. Drexel. And a big time block from Glass Childress and Oblad combined. 25-22 goes to the Vegas Thrill. And what a thrilling set it was. After almost blowing an 11-point lead, the Thrill able to win it in winning time. Halftime up next. We'll have a halftime show. Pro Volleyball Federation on YouTube.
Welcome back between sets 2 and 3 here in Columbus. I'm joined now by Kayla Chang, Executive Director of Girl Talk. And Kayla, first of all, thanks for joining us. Second of all, partnerships with the PVF, it's brand new, but this organization, Girl Talk, is not brand new, but it's a huge part of what's happening with female volleyball, female sports, and just really females in general.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. Girl Talk, on behalf of the entire community, we could not be more proud to serve the organization's first national nonprofit partner. Our mission is really to inspire all girls to be confident leaders through peer-to-peer mentoring, and all of our resources and our programs are completely free to any girl who wants to participate. And we're just excited to share our mission alongside this historic moment for professional volleyball and for women and girls everywhere.
This is an organization been around for 21 years, started 50 girls in Albany, Georgia, now over 75,000. That number has got to just, when you say it, it almost puts you back a second to be able to see the growth that you guys have had. Just talk about what that's meant and how many lives you've been able to affect.
Absolutely. It's incredible to see the number of lives we've been able to impact because of Girl Talk and because of our programs. I also know firsthand how the game of volleyball can really impact girls on their leadership journey and just the number of girls who have been touched by the sport. And so I am really excited to see this partnership continue to take off, to continue to serve thousands of girls across the country each year. But it just means so much to us because the need is greater now more than ever. And we know that together we can have a real impact on the next generation.
When we talk about relationships like this, there's statistics that people bring in, and sometimes you look at them and you go, is that real? Is that statistic real? But these are some real numbers. 95% have an increased sense of belonging. And I mean, obviously you're doing something right. 100% say Girl Talk has increased their self-confidence. In the world we live in today, in the things that are happening in our daily lives, whether it's big city, small city, urban, rural, it doesn't matter. There are so many things happening. And for an organization like Girl Talk to be able to take high school girls and mentor middle school girls and make that opportunity, which I think is the greatest importance, to kind of grow them, that's gotta just kind of put it all into perspective, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And we're really proud that our programs have been successful and effective, and that we're able to see those numbers across our program participants. And I think it is all about the opportunity. It's all about providing them a safe space where they can build their confidence, where they can rely on their peers, and where high schoolers are really unlocking so many doors to leadership development opportunities through community service, and just through mentorship of their younger peers. And another statistic that has been really impactful as part of our mission is that on average, a girl's confidence peaks at age 9. And our goal at Girl Talk is that we make sure a girl's confidence never peaks. And that's why we catch them in middle school and in high school and make sure that they have that community of support during those most formative years.
We're all looking for mentors. We're all looking for role models. Sometimes it's mom, sometimes it's dad, maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's someone you come across every day. But the gals of the Pro Volleyball Federation, the ladies, the professional athletes, when you're looking for somebody to look up to, that's got to be a great pool to pull from. And more importantly, they want to do what they're doing and take their notoriety and their professionalism and bring it down and advance what Girl Talk's doing as well.
Absolutely. And that's why we couldn't be more excited about this partnership. The pro volleyball athletes are exactly the role models that we want Girl Talk girls and Girl Talk leaders to look up to. And so we're just thrilled to see them engage in community service, to start Girl Talk clubs in their communities, and really engage in our mission in a really meaningful way.
When you look at what's happening with pro volleyball in the United States, we're obviously first league. We're seeing attendance 10, 11, 12,000 people. It has an impact not only on the people of the community, but there are our little girls, there are high school girls, there are middle school girls, there might even be college girls who say, you know what, I wanna be like them. And what a great opportunity for the league to partnership with your nonprofit to be able to say, hey, let's find a way to create that relationship. Let's mold that, and let's put the right people in the right room together to continue to advance those young girls and allow them to just really thrive throughout their life.
Absolutely. No, we can't wait to connect with all of the girls watching the game of volleyball, engaging with the Pro Volleyball League during this historic season. If they want to find out more, they can find a club in their community, or they can join one that will soon be coming to them through the Pro Volleyball Federation. And yeah, we encourage you to reach out. We encourage you to utilize our free resources, our free curriculum, and all of the leadership training materials that we have to offer through our programs. And you can find us at mygirltalk.org or email us at info@mygirltalk.org.
Oh, Kayla, thank you so much again. Kayla Chan, Executive Director for Girl Talk. More of this match from Columbus when we return here on YouTube.
It's halftime here in beautiful Columbus, Ohio. And again, 1-1 is our set score after 2 sets, 25-23. Columbus able to sneak out set number 1. They're in set number 2. The thrill 25-22, but was made closer than it probably had to be. They led at 1.17-6. The Fury able to come back within 1. Let's take a look at our highlights through 2 sets thus far. I'm Brett Loftus. She's the Ohio State Hall of Famer, Audrey Flaw. And Audrey, when you look at the Fury, what they did in set number 1, they just hit.
Reagan.
Set number 2 kind of came out and struggled, but that's what got them back into
this
it.
is. Maria.
Yeah, and it was really the left side attackers that were doing a great job, and then mixing in some middle. Santos did a spectacular job of that, but we expected Cooper to have a big night, and that's exactly what she did, swinging big. And again, mixing up middle there, we see Raynell Jones with a few kills, but it's been the passing game for the Fury that they struggled with. You know, just tough ones there for the Fury on serve receive.
On the other side, again, it's the Thrill. They have been led by Molly McCage.
Yeah, Molly McCage hitting 50%, 8 kills, 0 errors, and we can see what Alicia Glass is truly capable of doing when she is in the setting pocket. That's in right front area of the court. When she's not running around all over the court, she sets that really fast tempo and she puts it in her attacker's hands. There you see that well-executed slide there by McCage. So when Alicia Glass-Childress is able to run the offense that she likes, it is an unstoppable and very crisp-looking offense.
Alicia Glass-Childress averages about, I don't know, 40 assists per match. She already has 29 through the first 2 sets. Let's take a look at some more stats thus far. Audrey Flaw, pretty equal in most of those have been both of these 2 squads.
Yeah, I think the one thing that stands out is the errors, the opponent errors. But yeah, you know, it's a close match, and that is really seen in the statistics as well. So it's going to be a tight one. This third set could go either way, and I think that's the beauty of the Pro Volleyball Federation League is you really don't know. You can't really make a prediction as to who is going to win these matches. Very close, closely contested.
The Fury, they're trying to go on a 3-game winning streak. The Thrill trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak. We're all knotted up in 1 set apiece. More Pro Volleyball Federation up next.
On the slide.
Good set by Havili for Molly McCage. There goes over. Handled there at the net. It sets up perfectly. Dimitrova lands it with the right hand.
Serve and an ace. Taylor Cruz at 18 on the year. Back throw and tag. Count it. Courtney Lutz. Evans. Why not?
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Volleyball, a big game of numbers here as we start set number 3. There is a beautiful shot of McPherson Park. Bet a lot of people have visited there. Well, we've had a lot of people watch us at home here at the Pro Volleyball Federation on YouTube. Through the first few weeks, almost the first month of play, over 1 million viewers on YouTube we have had here of the Pro Volleyball Federation, and just so thankful for that because of the competitive matches like we've had here tonight.
Yeah, when you come to a Pro Volleyball Federation match, you're in for a treat. High-level volleyball, extended rallies, and very closely contested sets.
Reagan Cooper able to get it in. No, not able to get it in. Pardon me there. An attack error. First point won by the Thrill.
Yeah, Cooper now trying to make some really tight shots as she's trying to get that ball away from the libero, Kylie Murr, forcing her to make really good defensive gets that time. Sails the ball wide.
Hannah Maddox now serves. She had an ace there in set number 2. Reagan Cooper right to her. Leon calls for it. Janasia Moore from the 10-foot line, dug out by Murr. Hannah Maddox. Leon. Cooper. Hannah Maddox, another amazing dig. Gabby Gonzalez right into the hands of Horde. Gabby winds up again, finds some hands. Oblad over the hands, but an overpass leads to a 2-0 lead for Vegas.
Boy, Vegas looking really, really good. I like the way Gabby Gonzalez resets that point. Tight set, she takes it, puts it into the block gently, and is able to reset the point, which ultimately results in a thrill point.
Tips off the tape, Moore still able to get to it. Caitlin Horde. Horde able to find it again. Cooper. Her first kill of set number 3, and that'll put her in double figures on the night.
Boy, watching that ball live, I thought it was a little bit tight, but this is why Cooper is so good. She just skies over top of the block, and you can see that hand-to-ball contact at the extension of her reach. Well done by Reagan Cooper.
Oblad. Oh my, yet again. Berkeley had 5 kills there in set number 1, her first here in set number 3.
Yeah, Oblate does a really good job of making herself available here. Right there, right between the blockers is where that ball is set. Oblate scoring, it's a big swing.
Reagan Cooper, right to Oblad. Leon, Reagan. Hippe caught it with her foot, but a double touch is called.
Yep. But you can play that ball with your foot, which makes it for some really exciting and unusual type volleyball, but it is legal to do that.
Did you ever get one off your foot there, Audrey?
No, it was illegal when I used to play.
McCage able to use her right hand and get another point. Molly McCage has been excellent here tonight, hitting now at over 50%.
And what makes her excellent is the fact that she puts herself in a good position to score. So she's always available, and she's calling for the set. So setters can't always see where their middle is, but they can hear, and that's what she does so well, the communication.
Raynell on the side play gets kill number 6 for her tonight. Another player who's hitting up near 60%. Raynell Jones has been exceptional offensively.
Yeah, Raynell, it's really a good sign when the Fury is setting her and she is scoring. It spreads out the offense, and it makes the block on the other side second guess where the ball's going to.
Right in the hands. Jones got a right fist to it, but too much.
Yeah, and those are the unfortunate plays that, you know, you're supposed to just relax, play that ball off the net, give your team an opportunity to set the ball up. So Raynell getting a good touch on the block, but not able to play that ball on that second opportunity.
A service error. That has been something that has kind of plagued the thrill here tonight, as that is their 8th service error. McCage. Sometimes you don't have to hit it hard to get it to fall.
Well, McCage actually overran that set. The set was off the net slightly, and you can see the only thing that she could do is just kind of roll shot it. So that's where, as a defensive player, you want to be able to not only read the hitter, but read the set. What can the hitter do off the set?
Hannah Maddox, and a whistle called, as it appeared to be a net violation on the Fury. Again, Miley McCage has again been able to spark some runs. She and Hannah Maddox have been the biggest catalyst tonight, and almost right on cue, Miss McCage gets an ace.
That ball just dips down after it crosses the plane of the net, so real difficult one for the Fury to handle. And again, it's all about communication, calling it, moving your feet to the ball as best you can.
4-point lead for the Thrill. If you're just joining us, had an 11-point lead in set number 2. Only won the set, though, by 3. Fury won set number 1. Caitlin Horde did a lot of that in set number 1 as well.
Yeah, you got to be able to set transition middle. Rai Santos doing that on a really nice dig. There you see Reagan Cooper taking advantage of the ball that's not hit too hard to her, and then a nice transition middle attack by the Fury.
That's what Coach Angel Perez says, that his team has done really, really well at playing in transition. Oblad. Janasia Moore. Childress. Hippe, too much.
Now the Vegas Thrill was going for that back row attack by Hippe. You know, it's all about having firepower and setting the somewhat unexpected hitter. That time Hippe had a good opportunity to score, just sailed it slightly long.
Gonzalez able to run it down. Hannah Maddox wound up on that one. Janasia. Gonzalez finds it in the back corner. Back to Hannah Maddox. Janasia tips it over the block. Santos kept it off the floor. Leon, Samantha Drexel swings hard and gets a point.
A nice defensive gets there in the backcourt by Reagan Cooper. There's a great rally on both sides of the net, but here you see a nice out-of-system bump set by Valeria Leon. And then the game winner, Drexel.
Valeria Leon, one of the biggest voices quite literally out there on the floor. Always encouraging her teammates, trying to pick them up. She had to do a lot of that there in set number 2. The emotional leader perhaps here, this Columbus Fury squad. Hannah Maddox. Back to Janasia. A whistle, and out it goes.
Yeah, this is why, you know, the setters typically make the sets look really easy. That time, just slightly set with too much power past the antenna, and it's an error on the hitter's part by Janasia Moore, but it was really caused by the set that went too far wide.
And both teams still again trying to get back in system for the most part. That was an in-system offensive play for Caitlin Horde.
Yeah, you got to bring a little bit more heat to the serve. Valeria Leon just having an easy time passing that ball, and I like the way Horde mixes up her shot. Sometimes it goes to the left back area, sometimes to the right back area. So if you block straight in the middle, she's going to be able to cut it either way.
Alicia Glass-Childress just having a conversation with her down judge here. Janasia Moore at the service line. Hannah Maddox. Leon able to run it down. Reagan Cooper. Another great dig from Gabby Gonzalez. Hannah Maddox finds some hands, but the Thrill keep it alive. Leon, Samantha Drexel. Horde right back over. Glass-Childress makes a great play. Maddox. They say a Fury player got to it. Another long rally. It's Cooper. Wow. I'll say that again. Wow. Reagan Cooper. Special.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a thunderous hit here. Take a look at the snap, and that goes, you know, about 12 feet, and you can see the frustration by Kylie Murr, but I'm telling you what, I don't know of very many liberos that could get that ball. It was hit with such force and such a sharp angle.
Gonzalez, an overpass, hit by Cooper. Both teams trade out one hit apiece. Gonzalez, Hippe just over with it. Horde, Caitlin Horde.
Caitlin Horde, such a smart shot. Didn't go for the thunderous hit, but rather knew that Kylie Murr was playing up, and you're going to see that she takes a little bit of heat off of it, but places it deep. Great shot. 23, Caitlin Horde.
Murr from the back line. Into the block of Horde, but sent it too far and out.
And that was Hippe swinging from that left pin, typically a right side or opposite hitter. What a great shot. Bettering the ball, taking a bad pass, a great out-of-system set, and finding a way to score.
Clips the tape. Cooper still got it. Caitlin Horde, but again it sails wide.
So Caitlin Horde hitting this sharp angle just a little wide. And Reagan Cooper is out of the offense because she's the serving target. She was on her knee to pass the ball. Santos has to go to her middle.
Hannah Maddox dangerous at that service line. Horde took something off. A pancake dig though from Kylie Murr. Reagan Cooper.
Well, this Columbus Fury team right now is playing with a lot of rhythm and a lot of confidence. Look at that swing.
And a service error as the Thrill quickly able to get that point right back. Continuing the trade points back and forth there in set number 3.
And entering the match is Molly McCage. You know, we talk about 6 different rotations, and that means 6 mini game plans. Every time you're a blocker and there's a new offensive player in front of you, it's a new game plan for your team. So you really have to pay attention to who subs in and out, and your game plan changes slightly.
You mentioned Molly McCage back in the ball game. Coach Fleury said, any rotation we have Molly McCage up front is our best rotation. It's exactly what Vegas wants. Hippe finds Raynell Jones. She fights it off. Reagan Cooper right to Childress. Gabby Gonzalez. Back to Reagan Cooper. Kylie Murr, how special has she been tonight? And then Gabby Gonzalez gets it home. Kylie Murr, she has been phenomenal.
Yeah, and what makes her so exceptional at that position is she doesn't move. She just reads and she's steady. She has really strong legs, low center of gravity, and lines up so well. And then she's just got guts and she's courage, and she loves denying the left side hitter that kill. So Kylie Murr, that point goes to her.
16 digs for Kylie here tonight. As into the ball game, the other setter, Anise Havili.
Yep, a double sub, so Kat Bell is in the front court. So similar to what we've seen the Fury do, Kat Bell is in the front court, and we've got a new setter in the back court, and this is just for blocking and to add another offensive weapon. Kat Bell, I believe, is going to go to the right pin, where I feel like she's a little bit more comfortable playing as opposed to the left side.
The Kat's played in 3 matches this season. She had 22 kills last Thursday against Orlando. As a service error from the Kansas University Hall of Famer, Anise Havili.
Yeah, missed opportunity there to take advantage of the serving and the front row sub. So we'll see where this ball goes to. We got Kat Bell on the left pin.
Oh. Miscommunication and an ace for the Fury and Reagan Cooper.
Well, you don't see that very often when the ball gets passed and then it hits the other player off the chest. So definitely an odd point for the Fury, but they'll take it.
Reagan had 3 aces on Saturday in Vegas. Maddox. Janasia. A whistle. And violation called on Vegas.
Yeah, net violation there, so easy point. Again, you want to kind of eliminate your unforced errors and those, you know, touches. Got to get rid of those, especially when you're neck and neck with your opponent.
Columbus up by 2 here in set number 3.
On the slide, bam!
Good set by Havili for Molly McCage. Serve goes over. Handled there at the net. It sets up perfectly. Dimitrova lands it with the right hand.
Serve and an ace. Taylor Cruz at 18 on the year. Back throw and tag. Count it. Courtney Lutz. Evans. Why not?
Nationwide arena. Again, just such a great arena. You know, we've been here twice in a week as announcers and broadcasters. They got to come last night, Columbus Blue Jackets game. This is such a great venue to be a spectator in, a great crowd, no matter if it's volleyball, no matter if it's hockey, a wonderful place to watch a sporting event.
Yeah, you know, one thing that Columbus has, they got great sports fans. They love their sports here in Central Ohio, and great attendance here for the Fury both nights that we've been doing the match.
Again, don't have the official number yet tonight, but the lower bowl pretty full here. Capacity at 20,000 for hockey, 10,000 here for volleyball. Dug out by Murr. Cat Bell right into the block of Ray Nail Jones.
Raynell Jones knows how to get the spectators here in Nationwide Arena up and excited. Take a look at this block. Boom, straight down. Raynell Jones.
I don't know what was better, the block or the happy dance afterwards, as the service clips the tape. How about that, Gabby Gonzalez with the kill.
Yeah, great set. It's the long set. So Havili was going all the way to the left front area of the court. Sets the long set, and you can see how that makes the Fury block a little out of sorts. They're chasing, and they weren't able to chase quick enough, and that's a big swing by Gonzalez.
Gabby Gonzalez actually started in place of Cat Bell tonight. Now they're both on the floor. Gonzalez at the service line. Janasia Moore has it blocked by McCage and Cat Bell.
And that is why Cat Bell is in. They needed a blocking presence in the front row. Cat Bell knows how to block a ball. Take a look at how she lines up with the hitter's approach and seals that net. And that she sets the block as the right side blocker. The middle comes to her, and they did a great job of sealing that cross-court shot.
How about that for Cat Bell? Been involved on 2 blocks and only 4 points thus far. Santos right now, let's say it did hit a thrill player. Janasia. How about another for Ms. Cat Bell?
Well, Cat Bell gets the call to come in, and she has been a star so far on that right pin. And again, it's where she lines up. She is looking at the ball and lining up with the hitter's approach, and that gives the middle cues, and they go up together. 4 big hands over the net.
Santos, the deception. Haven't seen her dump one over yet. Now we have.
Yep, that was the right time. She knew that her hitters were struggling. The block for the thrill was proving to be very challenging. So she takes this good pass. She sees that there's only one blocker in front of her, exploits, and gets a point. That was a big-time kill by Santos.
Her last 2 matches have been wonderful. 47 assists Wednesday against Omaha, 32 on Saturday versus Vegas. Looking for another assist here. Not able to get it. Kylie Murr, another dig. Santos, back-to-back dump plays for number 2.
All right, so whose responsibility is it to block Santos? When you have a front court setter, the left side blocker, that is your hitter. And you can see that Santos is moving past the middle of the court, so there's a little bit of confusion. The middle blocker isn't going to go all the way to the middle of the court, so in that play, it is the middle blocker's responsibility to get on Santos.
Cat Bell into hands. Havili. McCage kept it off the floor. Gonzalez calls for the roll shot. Santos went for a 3rd straight, not able to get it. Hannah Maddox. Too much. Columbus on quite the run right now. Up by 3 and 6 away. As Coach Fleury, she wants to do that double substitution yet again.
Yeah, she's getting the starters back in. You know, I thought Cat Bell did a good job of blocking in the front row, but they're bleeding too many points in this rotation. You can't let a team beat you in one rotation. So nice coaching move by Fran Fleury. She's got some experience under her belt. She knows what she's doing. She's putting her setter, Elisa Childress, back in.
Did you say experience? The
Yes,
all-time winningest head coach in the history of the Southeastern Conference.
A legend, absolute legend.
Vanya Ortiz has been legendary at the service line here tonight. And, well, Hannah Maddox able to get the 3-0 back on the board.
You know, and I have to say Denise Carlette, assistant coach for this thrill, another legend. These 2 coaches, just a wealth of experience, and they were my role models as I was playing, watching these 2 great women coaches in the not the Big Ten, the NCAA.
Hannah Maddox, another big swing and another big kill.
Well, you gotta love the competitive spirit of this Vegas thrill. They're hungry for a win, and they are fighting hard. Big time swing right over top of the block. Just not enough speed there by the Fury to play that second contact.
Janasia Moore wants hands. Point goes in favor of the Thrill. Coach Angel Perez has not been afraid to challenge here tonight.
Yeah, this one clearly no touch though, way over top of the block. She's aiming. You know, that's what they're trained to do. You practice those shots. That one got out of her rhythm there.
Janasia once again able to get the kill that time, no doubt about it.
Well, instead of hitting off the blocker's hands, let's just go for power. Let's just go hard and middle back of the court. Gabby Gonzalez was there, but not able to play that ball.
Janasia with 5 kills tonight after she entered the contest halfway through set number 2. Back set to Oblad, right into the block of the Fury. Hannah Maddox has it denied. Samantha Drexel.
Drexel all over that ball. The apex of the ball, the highest point to hit the ball, was kind of dying right in the middle of Drexel's hands. So that ball has to be a little bit higher to give your hitter the opportunity to hit high off the blocker's hands.
Let's take a look at our standings as the Thrill burns a timeout. Atlanta still atop the standings at 4-2. Omaha 5-3. Again, and you look at Grand Rapids, Columbus though, they have went from the cellar up to number 4 just in the last week, Audrey.
Yeah, it's amazing. Once your players get healthy and you start finding a little bit more of a rhythm. Columbus Fury has really felt that when Megan Courtney was in, Asia O'Neal in, but they're playing quite well tonight despite the fact that those 2 superstars are not on the floor.
And another good note, when we look at these standings, you'd see at least a 1 in every left-hand category. After San Diego's win last week, every team has now won a match. That is great, again, as we look at those standings, because we continue to talk about parity. San Diego, again, with their big win over Grand Rapids, just showing you anybody can beat anybody. 7 beat number 1 in the standings at that time.
Yeah, and what I enjoy seeing are some of these sets are going well into like over points, right? Like we've seen some 32-30 sets. I mean, it has been so exciting. The defense has been impressive, and like you said, on any given night, anybody can beat anybody. So you got to come ready to play, and I really think as these teams start scouting each other, it's just going to make it even more difficult because they'll have that data, the statistics on hitters' tendencies, serving, serve-receive tendencies. So it's going to get tougher to get a win in this league.
Rice Santos trying to serve us out here and give the Fury a set 3 victory, a 2-1 set lead. Hippe. Santos runs it down. Moore bumps it over. Childress. Hannah Maddox off hands. Kept alive though. Janasia. Childress. Maddox. Took a lot off. Drexel. Samantha Drexel firing up the Fury.
Well, Drexel taking this ball and seeing that the block is in front of her, but that you got Alicia Glass-Childress as the drop-off right side blocker. She was there somehow. That ball hits the floor, so nice job by Drexel.
Let's go!
Childress. Oblad. Cooper digs it out in the back row. Drexel. Too much.
Yeah, just like that, a hitting error here in the tail end of this set is giving Vegas the opportunity to claw their way back in it. Now, you can't play timidly. You got to be aggressive, but you can't make errors.
Caitlin Horde being pretty aggressive, but able to find hands, and now within 2 are the Fury.
Yeah, I like the way Santos is mixing up the set here. Again, going with Horde. Horde running her route, making sure she's up and ready for that set.
Janasia Moore to serve here for the Fury. Hippe. Reagan Cooper. Hadn't called her name in a while. Now we have set put coming up here in Nationwide Arena.
Good team defense, slowing the ball down, giving your setter an opportunity to set the ball to the go-to hitter on that left pin.
So set point upcoming for Columbus. We'll talk about closing out sets. Vegas barely able to close out set 2. Set 1 won by Columbus 25-23. All of these have been competitive sets, but it just seems like Columbus has that little bit extra juice when you get after 18, 19 points.
Yeah, and the difference maker for the Columbus Fury is on that left pin, and that's Reagan Cooper. So you got to take advantage of that. If you're the Vegas Thrill, just having the will to win, not really worried so much about the score. One ball at a time, and it starts with a good pass. Oh, there are my guys. There they are. Look at them.
Audrey, you said you can dance a little bit. Could you hit those moves that the Monsters are hitting tonight?
Oh man, I can hit those moves. I can do the Dougie. Let's go out, man. Let's go dancing after this. Let's go, Brett. Come on.
Dougie? The Dougie. I'm a big fan of the Dougie. Audrey Flaw might have to teach me how to Dougie after this match. As again, the Fury up by 4. 1 away here. Set point coming up. Miley McCage has been wonderful here tonight. Again, she has been a near double-double threat every time she comes out. Again, because of the middles, the way that they play, obviously they're going to play great defense up front here for Vegas, but they're going to attack as well. McCage not on the floor here for this set point. Janae Jamour back to serve here for Columbus. Hannah Maddox. What a dig from Santos.
Wow.
However, a whistle and a double hit is called.
You know, that's exactly what you want from your left side. Often sets are won or lost on the shoulder of your pin hitter. Maddox with just a bomb here. Look at that swing. Such a quick snap. This kid's such a good player.
Now she serves. Caitlin Hoard able to win it here in set number 3 for Columbus. 25-21 and a 2-1 lead. 2-3 in the yellow and red, powering the Fury right now here in Nationwide.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party. You weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
A friend told me about Girl Talk because I was struggling with friends. I thought that it would be a great experience for me to maybe see what it's like, and so far it's been amazing.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
I was terrified my first day of Girl Talk, but Girl Talk has made me more aware of who I am, and I can be free and not have to worry about what other people think of me.
It was fun, but it was also a life lesson that I got out of it, and it really stuck with me because I know that Girl Talk really shaped me into the woman that I am today.
Girl Talk is never-ending love. No matter your differences or no matter who you are loved here.
You allow them to be themselves. This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. We recognize that all girls are at risk. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal, and that so many organizations, there's a barrier to leadership.
I think Girl Talk offers a different environment. I think the talk piece is the key in terms of having that positive conversation, the dialogue.
There are a number of different ways for folks to get involved and give back to Girl Talk. So it really can be almost anything right now. There's just millions and millions of ways. There's nothing too big or too small at this point for the Girl Talk organization to find useful in a partnership.
When you're donating money, you want to know where it goes. And I can tell you, dollar for dollar, you see the impact.
It's important that you give your time and your effort to the things that need it most, because that's part of growth, that's part of humility, that's part of grace, and I think that's where really Girl Talk does an amazing way of getting women that opportunity to grow and to learn what it's like to give.
Helping us scale this organization is not only a worthy investment, but it will ultimately help shape a kinder, more confident generation of women.
chance this morning to attend the pass and serve of the Columbus Fury. Audrey Flaw, something I noticed, and I think we've all noticed when you've gotten to watch them both on here, on YouTube, both in practice when nobody's watching, the camaraderie of this squad. They have so much fun and provide so much energy. That was oh so prevalent there in set number 3.
Yeah, you know, chemistry is so important, and one of the intangibles is just having that trust with your teammates. I think that's one of the things that they have, as well as this great energy, and they're playing off this wonderful crowd here in Nationwide Arena. So Columbus Fury really finding their rhythm and finding their identity on the floor.
Reagan Cooper, big time swing. Murr tracks it down. Hannah Maddox, a tough roll shot it over. Reagan Cooper right back to her, right down the seam for the first point here in set number 4.
Well, Cooper has been a difference maker for her team. You know, I'm really impressed. You know, she's been getting picked on serve receive, but it has not affected her game in the front court. That's a sign of a true competitor.
And maybe some of that veteran presence starting to sneak in there for the rookie. 14 kills on a 35% hitting percentage tonight. Hannah Maddox on the other side has been phenomenal as well, as that's going to put her in double figures, kill number 10.
Alicia Glass-Childress, she's had her share of tight balls that she's had to set to the outside. What a great set. She just dishes it to her go-to Maddox on that left pin.
And how about that? Hannah Maddox has also been phenomenal at the service line as well.
Yep, she can get some quick points because of that jump topspin serve. She just lays it up there and just rips it. She just goes hard and goes right after Janaisha Moore in middle back.
Goes right after Janasia yet again. Leon, almost a miscommunication and let that one fall. Gabby Gonzalez. Childress finds it. Murr. Hippe. But Samantha Drexel been so good at that right pin here tonight.
Yeah, and you know, I like Drexel on that right pin, but what I also like is all these positive touches that the blockers are getting. That time, a great defensive get there by Alicia Glass-Childress, but unable for a second player on her side of the net to touch that second ball.
And her setters have been phenomenal here tonight, too. Rice Santos, that was her 28th assist. Alicia Glass-Childress with 39. Through the block, but down it fell on that last point.
Yeah, nice look and play there, a B and a go. You got the middle going up, and then right off of the shoulder comes that outside hitter. So really quick tempo, nicely executed by the Thrill.
And how about that? Berkeley Oblad, she hasn't been too shabby at the service line this evening either.
Yeah, sometimes it's just, hey, me, my serve versus you and your passing ability, and she's going hard after Reagan Cooper in that left back area of the court.
And again, you mentioned it. We've talked about it a little bit, but they have really picked on Reagan Cooper in service receive here this evening. Reagan on the attack. She's been picking on them at that outside pin.
Yeah, that time a short serve is handled by Raynell Jones, but the target was Cooper. And there you see that big swing cross court. And remember, Kylie Murr was not playing that section of the court. She was in right back, so a little defensive switch there by the Fury, or I'm sorry, by the Thrill.
Gabby Gonzalez. Joust. Leon. Janasia Moore. Janasia Moore. Perhaps a coming out party for her here tonight.
You know, it's important when you have a teammate that cannot play. Megan Courtney Lush, the outside hitter, not able to play tonight. You get the nod. You got to make an impact. That's what Janasia Moore is having tonight. Doing a great job, not only from the pin, but handling herself well in serve receive.
Janasia, 6 kills tonight. McCage called for it. Not able to get it quite down the seam. 10-foot line, Reagan Cooper. Dug out. Molly, that time with the authority.
Molly does a great job of facing her setter on this approach, and you can hear her calling for the ball. Alicia Glass is tracking the ball that takes her to the 10-foot line, jump sets, and dishes it to her perfectly.
So Skia Hippe serves. Janasia Moore. Janasia hit it right at hip A and able to find the floor.
You know, Janasia Moore is listed as a 6-foot outside. I'm going to say she's more like 5'11", but she's got hops. And take a look at how she just is ripping this ball. She's not afraid to go after the block.
Maybe she's 6 foot with her shoes on.
Yeah, maybe.
It's this cross-court set. Santos, Cooper, Raynell got it over on the bump shot. McCage, what a dig there from Drexel. Couple of great defensive plays there for the Fury. Molly McCage, they'll say went off of hands and point awarded to the Thrill.
Yeah, when Molly McCage is front row, you do not want to give the Thrill any free balls because that's going to be in system and she's going to run the slide attack.
Gabby Gonzalez, she was at the service line. It sparked that really big run there in set number 2 that the Thrill got out to a 17-6 lead. Santos, and then Childress says, I can do a dump shot.
Yep, and this is what makes Childress better than most. She can take this ball, take a look at what she does. She knows exactly where the libero is for the Fury, and she puts it in a strategic place out of her range.
Drexel hit it into hands, unable to find the floor. Molly McCage not too pleased with herself. Santos at the service line. Again, just a great setter matchup here tonight. Bryce Santos, her 9th season of professional play. Alicia Glass-Childress, an Olympian back in 2016. As right to Santos and able to get the kill with the Thrill.
A little barrel, Kylie Murr just taking a really tough serve that was almost an ace, and she's able to get her platform, and you see that she's talking to the great Denise Corlett, the associate head coach for the Thrill, getting some pointers from her.
Denise, a Hall of Fame player, and she was inducted into the Hall of Fame at UCLA, where she graduated from back in 1981. Drexel. Audrey, what do you see there on that replay?
Let's take a look here.
Tough to tell right there.
Yeah, tough to tell, but Drexel came down and right away said touch, and Angel Perez really does trust his players. Yep, and there you can see that touch off of number 12, Berkeley Oblad.
Angel Perez wins another challenge. That's his second one he's been able to get overturned here tonight. 2 for 5 by my count here in challenges tonight. 2 he's won, 3 as the play has stood on that challenge and using Bolt 6 technology. Janasia Moore now back at the service line as the Fury draw within 1. Hannah Maddox blocked. Caitlin Ford.
Maddox has been so good all night. That time, low seam, and it gets just swallowed up by the Fury block. Take a look at that, Caitlin Hoard. There was nowhere to go with that ball.
So now 8 up here in set number 4. An overpass. Reagan Cooper eats those alive.
The importance of the serve pass game, an easy point there for the Fury, but they'll take it.
How about Janasia Moore right now at the service line?
Yeah, doing a really good job of hitting her serving target.
Go after Hannah Maddox this time. Oblad never got it over the tape.
Perhaps that ball set a little low for Oblad. She is typically a really good slide attacker. You see that communication after the miss hit. So important to just be positive with your hitter and or your setter and ask for the ball again.
Vegas really needing a sign out right now. Mistouch there for Maddox. Now from the 10-foot line, she'll attack as Janasia able to dig it out. Cooper, Gonzalez, Hoard, Hannah Maddox, Leon, not quite able to get to that one.
Maddox, what a shot. And that ball really should have been the Columbus Fury point. The ball was right at the tape. Really should have been hammered down. You don't want to give your opponent another opportunity to swing for a point. That's exactly what the Thrill did.
Caitlin Horde able to find the Nationwide logo there in the back corner.
Hits that logo perfectly. Take a look at her approach, gets right in the correct spot, is facing her setter, calling for the set, and a real powerful tip to that right back area.
Now Caitlin Horde serves. Childress trying to set up Hannah Maddox, and touching hands that time as Hannah Maddox gets another kill.
Alicia Glass-Childress running after the ball. Good foot speed here, just puts it high and gives her hitter an opportunity to score. What a physical block there by the Fury, but
Angel Perez wants to challenge.
Yep.
Looks like the up official is saying the Fury were also into the net here.
And that's what I saw too. You're gonna see coming down. That net is moving ever so slightly. I think Samantha Drexel got a touch on the net, so not sure if Angel Perez saw that.
So Rice Santos and Coach Angel Perez now talking to the up official here. So I think he still wants to challenge regardless, and he will. As Alicia Childress is now going to want the explanation as well. So again, just to recap that play, don't know if we had a block touch or not. Also don't know if we had a net violation or not.
What do we know for sure? We know it's getting replayed, and we know we'll get the answer here. Let's take a look again. I see a touch on the net as the Fury block comes down. We will see what happens here.
We've still not got the official signal of a challenge, even though Angel Perez said he still wanted to challenge it. As again, I think our officiating crew is talking to Frisco, Texas, which is where the replay center is located here with the Bolt 6 technology. Perhaps it's the first time in at least the matches we've been able to consume where there could be two different things that could be up for debate here.
Yeah, right. And either one could
overrule the other.
Yes, could overrule the other. Well said. Yes, I didn't quite know how to say that. Yeah, so if there was a touch, it would have went into the Thrill in their favor, and then here is the net violation.
In the end, the point will be awarded to the Thrill.
It goes to the Thrill. Okay.
So Hannah Maddox will get to go back to the service line. So one of the more interesting challenges I think we've seen here in the young history of the Pro Volleyball Federation. But Bolt 6 and back in Frisco, Texas, the replay center able to get it right. And yet again, Bolt 6 able to get that right as Hannah Maddox sneaks it in the back line.
Yep, take a look at this big time jump top spin. And with the top spin, it is going to rotate and die. And that's exactly what it does, die right on the end line.
Janasia Moore will play this one. Leon chases it down. Reagan Cooper. Sure, just able to dig it up. Reagan Cooper finds the big old donut.
Reagan Cooper, tremendous effort tonight, just finding all kinds of ways to score that time. Off the blocker's hands, lots of top spin, lands in.
Angel Perez said she's finally starting to believe in the talent that she possesses, and she could be one of the best in the world. Berkeley Oblad on the other side, able to slam it right down the middle.
I love the hands of Alicia Glass-Childress. That time the ball was outside of her body slightly. She's able to grab it and move it into the correct position for her middle to swing and score. That's the expertise that Alicia Glass-Childress brings to this Thrill side of the net.
Reagan Cooper starting to heat up, and when she gets going, watch out.
High line shot means her contact point was high, and she twists it so it goes down the line. Really difficult for middleback to play that ball.
Reagan 1 kill away from having another 20 kill performance. That'd be her second in 3 games. Janasia Moore, roll shot. Hippe. And into the net for the Fury.
Yeah, Hippe's ball went wide, but you've got to be crisp when you jump to block. You cannot touch the net. We'll take a look and see if that is obvious here. Yep, you can see that net move up and down after the Columbus Fury block touches it.
Yeah, that's a telltale sign. That net doesn't tell any lies if it is touched. Some situational awareness there as Drexel and Cooper let that one sail wide.
Yeah, it's all about communication. If you're not the one that's going to pass the ball, you have to call it and call it aggressively. The passer's watching the ball. They don't often know where that line is. They can sense where it is. Here comes the serving specialist for the Fury.
Ivania Ortiz. Reigns from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Attended Hofstra. Murr almost self-defense on that first touch. This one got the antenna. Point awarded to the Fury.
In this league, you have to be able to not only set a good 5-and-5 set, which the Thrill did, but you got to be able to execute the swing and get a good attack. A lot of these balls are going out of system to the pin. You got to be able to swing and score.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
On the slide, Brown!
Good set by Havili for Molly McCage. There goes over. Handled there at the net. It sets up perfectly. Dimitrova lands it with the right hand.
Serve and an ace. Cruz at 18 on the year. Back throw attack. Count it. Courtney Lutz. Evans. Why not?
An arena just 24 years old, built back in 2000 here in Nationwide Arena. Obviously home to the Blue Jackets, home to the Fury. They've been playing furious here tonight, up by 2 over the Vegas Thrill here in set number 4. They won set 1, 25-23, set 3, 25-21. Set 2 was taken by the Vegas Thrill, 25-22. And again, still early here in the season, but this set could really do a lot for both of these two teams. It could keep Vegas in the ballgame if they win it. They're trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak. Columbus trying to go on a 3-game winning streak, and the Fury trying to get over 500 for the first time in franchise history.
Yeah, you know, this league, it's sure going to promote toughness in teams because there's no easy win. It's a big one for both of these squads. I think you just articulated that beautifully. Big-time server on the end line for the Fury.
Ivania Ortiz. Gabby Gonzalez slipped trying to get back up. Into hands and out it went. Worried about Gabby there for a moment, able to get back to her feet, and the Thrill able to win the point.
Yep, and that's Molly McCage with the slide. Great tempo. You got to be up a little sooner on that. So Janasia Moore just going up high as a target, if you will, for the swing to hit off of.
You see Gabby, she had a smile there on her face. She pointed to her head coach, Fran Fleury, and said, there's a wet spot right there. And the wonderful crew here that has been wiping down the floor all night long, able to go get that and take care of it, as now Gabby Gonzalez serves. Again, the native of Marietta, Georgia, a Buckeye, played her 5th year in Oregon as a Duck. Hannah Maddox. Wow.
Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. You take a bad play out of system set. Actually, the set was really, really good here. But to be able to score on a ball like that is a sign of a really skilled outside hitter.
15 up here in set number 4. Reagan Cooper. Too much sauce.
Yeah. So you can see how there was no top spin on that. So her hand-to-ball contact, the ball floated out, as opposed to when you have good hand-to-ball contact and you do a wrist snap over top, it has that top spin and typically lands in the court.
Janasia Moore. Kylie Murr able to dig it out. Hannah Maddox off the hands, and another point for her. Hannah Maddox 15 kills.
Yep, big-time performance by the outside hitter. Again, that is the shot. You want to go basically one-on-one, get the ball off the blocker's hands, and don't let 6 defenders play the ball or a chance to play the ball.
Molly McCage has it blocked by Janasia Moore.
Janasia Moore that time the net beautifully. The play kind of evolved a little awkwardly. You can see Molly was already behind the setter, so a little different approach for her, just not executed really well.
Molly McCage, slide play. No touch, and it sails wide, an attack error. It's impressive what the Fury have done tonight. If you're just joining us, mentioned at the top of the show, without Megan Courtney Lush and without Asia O'Neal.
Yeah. They're really starting to understand everybody's strengths and weaknesses, and you know, they don't expect perfection, but they expect each other to be competitive and to really be there for each other.
Hannah Maddox, Reagan Cooper keeps it alive. Janasia Moore cannot get to it. Molly McCage with the big time block.
Yeah, Janasia Moore just going after it. She's thinking, I just want to power this through the block. Molly McCage saying, not this time, young lady. I am going to seal that net.
You also see Jenna Rosenthal there. Jenna was activated the other day, but has not made her first appearance this season. A contingency plan in the middles is what has been called, as Alicia Childress. She's been phenomenal tonight in all facets of the game as she gets that last block.
Yeah, we talk about being one-on-one, how that typically goes to the advantage of the hitter. Not when Alicia Glass-Childress is up there, lines up perfectly. Strong shoulders, strong hands over the net.
Caitlin Horn. A back set to Janasia Moore. How about that play from Raj Santos?
Yeah, that's called the long set. So you're kind of going against the flow. You're reversing the flow, and here you see that long set. She's in left front, puts the ball to the right side hitter. Just a nice tip there by Moore.
Moore now serves. Hip A. Wow.
Yeah. Gotta love when Hip A's in the back row. She is a hitting option here. You're gonna see the setting option, and you can see how the block is one-on-one. Lots of firepower here for the Thrill.
Thrill trying to close out set 4. Only up by 2. Maddox. Gonzalez able to get it over. Cooper.
Oh!
Make it only up by 1. Reagan with her 20th kill and a powerful one.
Okay, you send a free ball over to the Fury. They are in system. The middle blocker here for the Thrill gets tangled up with Horde. And then you see one-on-one.
And look at this. We just mentioned we didn't think we'd see her tonight. Raynell Jones into the ball game, and here comes the slide queen, Asia O'Neal. Obviously, the Columbus faithful happy to see her on the floor. And one of the best servers here, the #1 overall pick in the Pro Volleyball Federation, will now serve. Maddox, kept alive by O'Neal. Janasia able to get to it as Asia puts it over. Hip A. Drexel somehow got it off the floor. Reagan Cooper.
Oh.
Same line attack. And now, same score, 20 up.
Well, you gotta love the competitive spirit by the Fury, just doing whatever they need to do to keep the ball alive. And then Cooper, boy, I'm sure she will get the recognition she deserves for her performance, not only tonight, but in the past couple sets. She has been incredible and steady for the Fury.
We won't see you for the next 2 days, but a doubleheader on Thursday. It starts out in the A as the Vi play host of the Supernovas of Omaha at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we head out west at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. local time Pacific as the Mojo play host of the Thrill of Vegas. Tonight, the Thrill trail 2-1 to the Fury of Columbus. As Asia O'Neal back at the service line here in set number 4, 20 up. Columbus won set 1 and set 3. Set 2 belonged to the Thrill. Hannah Maddox into the block of Jones and Drexel. Oblad able to find the bagel.
Yep, that's a big point there for the Vegas Thrill. You're going to see this nice transition middle. And boy, you just don't want to hit the ground. You want to stay on your feet and play that ball defensively. This is going to be a big serve, receive, and side out opportunity for the Fury. We'll see what they can do.
Worthy to note, Asia O'Neal checks out of the contest after that last side out. Raynell Jones slams it home.
Well, I saw something in Janae Shamore's eyes on that serve receive. She was dialed in, got her platform out, and that gave her setter the opportunity to go anywhere she wanted. Scores big time with Jones in the middle.
Gabby Blossom, Ashley wins, the usual substitution we see here late in sets for Angel Perez and the Fury. Gabby to serve. Hip A wins. Thought she got it out of the net. She did, but a lift was called.
Well, that's an unusual call, the lift, because I think she had an open palm with that. Let's see. Yeah. She had an open hand there. If she would have had a fist, it would have been legal.
Now Berkeley Oblad serves with the slimmest of leads here for Vegas and 3 points away. Conversation being had at the official stand right now between Fran Flory as well as Childress, as stepping onto the floor, Lane Van Buskirk, Canadian native.
Yeah.
Audrey Flaw,
yeah,
also Canadian native. See what Van Buskirk can do in her first time on the floor tonight. Gabby Gonzalez. Cooper finds some hands. Childress goes flying as she keeps it off the floor. Gonzalez has it blocked by who else? Number 1, Raynell Jones.
The blocking queen for the Columbus Fury. When this Fury team needs a solid block and a point, Raynell Jones seems to deliver all the time. It's a great blocking combo there with Jones and Wentz.
Reagan Cooper serves. 22 up. If you thought you heard boos, you didn't. It was Nationwide Arena yelling Coop. As now they'll fall silent as Gabby Gonzalez with the kill.
Alicia Glass-Childress, though, on her knees after she sets this ball. Take a look at this. Wow. She makes something out of nothing. Gonzalez delivering a big point for her team.
Saskia Hippe. Leon the first touch. Janasia. Hippe lays out for it. Gabby Gonzalez. Moore keeps it up. Wins. That one rode the tape for a while, but back over it went. Roll shot. Gonzalez. Ashley wins. How about it?
Wow. So let's look at that one. Raynell Jones got caught. She thought it was going to the middle. And then one-on-one, Ashley Wentz denies the kill. Look at her. Look at that celebration. Fury is in this one. All tangled up here at 23.
Raynell Jones now serves. Hippe. Wins. Right back to her on the free ball. Set and match point upcoming here in Columbus for the Fury.
Wentz, little tip there. And then look at how smart she is. I'll just put it in the back corner. Little roll shot there. Little tip.
You talk about all night long punishing those free balls.
Yeah.
How about that shot from Ashley Wins?
Yep, and a timeout.
So again, a 1-point lead for the Fury 1 point away from winning this one. We mentioned it a couple moments ago if you weren't with us. This could be a 3-game winning streak for the Fury after starting out at 0-2. Would put them over 500 for the first time in franchise history. The thrill, it could really put them behind the 8 ball. They would move to 2-5 with a loss, and well, it would also be a 3-game losing streak for Vegas.
Yeah. And I always like to look at the energy and the faces of the players when they come out of the timeout. You want to be energetic. You want to have confidence. The key is first contact. Serve tough. If you're on the receiving end of that, you've got to have confidence in your passing. You got to want the ball to be served to you. No backing away from this now. You want to be the girl that gets it done. So whatever your position is, do your job and execute. That's the key here.
Also trying the Thrill to get back, the Thrill trying to avoid back-to-back losses versus this Fury team they played on Saturday. And well, on the other side, Columbus trying to get back-to-back W's against them. Raynell Jones serves it here for Columbus. Childress just got it over. Ashley wins. Dug out by Maddox. Hippe. Tipped through some hands. Dug out by Cooper. Janasia Moore. Kylie Mervin special all night long. Kept that one alive. Gonzalez a roll shot. Back set. Hannah Maddox laid out for it. An overpass. Ashley wins it here for the Fury. 3-1 in set number 4, 25-23. The Fury over 500 for the first time in franchise history.
Ashley Wentz, the super sub, number 13, getting all kinds of points here in the tail end of the 4th set. You got to be happy for Ashley Wentz coming in, doing her job, executing it beautifully on that right pin. The southpaw for the Columbus Fury. Key points at the tail end of this set.
Final stats, final thoughts up next. Pro Volleyball Federation on YouTube.
Over. Handled there at the net. It sets up perfectly. Dimitrova lands it with the right hand.
Serve and an ace. Taylor Cruz at 18 on the year. Back throw attack. Count it. Courtney Lutz. Evans. Why not?
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Audrey Flaw, I'm Brett Loftus. Another victory here inside Nationwide Arena for the Columbus Fury. It's back-to-back wins here inside this building. Back-to-back wins against the Vegas Thrill. You combine both of those. 3 straight wins here for the Fury. They move to 3-2 overall. The Vegas Thrill fall to 2-5. Let's look at our final stats here tonight. As again, just a wonderful match. 3-1 victory yet again for Columbus. Seems like they've been playing a lot of 4-setters. But it was such a narrow match all night long. Audrey Flaw, what was the separation that Columbus was able to provide for the W?
Well, not only blocks, but block touches. A positive block touch where the Columbus Fury could transition and score. But I'm telling you what, I thought the people that came off the bench, the players that came off the bench for the Fury, did a phenomenal job. Their energy, we're starting to see the personality of this Columbus Fury team. A gritty win. They hung in there. Even though passing was a little bit streaky, they steadied it out. And great substitutions there by Angel Perez. Ashley Wentz on that right pin, doing a phenomenal job of getting some points for her team.
Talk about coming off the bench. Janae Jamor with 9 kills. But we got to talk about, I know we don't give out an official player of the game, but if we had to here tonight, it would be Reagan Cooper. I mean, she has been so special. This is somebody that Angel Perez told us was a diamond in the rough, a player who was a third-team All-American last year at Kansas. You shouldn't just overlook her. She's had 2 20-kill performances in her last 3 games, 21 here tonight, and obviously a game high.
Yeah, the Columbus Fury really needed her to be that 6th rotation special X factor for the team, and she's really done a good job of rising to the occasion and passing as well as she can. She does a good job, even if the passing game is slightly off. She doesn't let it affect her front court play, which I think is really a great sign of a champion.
All right, Audrey Flaw. You've been able to see the community here in Columbus. We talked about Wednesday night, how much the home opener meant. Now you're 2-0 in this building. Your final thoughts about the Fury moving forward and how much momentum this creates after an 0-2 start.
Yeah, well, if you can't back the Fury, I don't know what you're going to back. This is a great team. It's exciting volleyball. The players are energetic. Coaching staff, really smart. Some gutsy substitutions that panned off and went in their favor. So, yeah, this Columbus community is going to back the Fury, and why not? They're doing such a phenomenal job. Such a treat to watch them on the court.
All right, that's our final thoughts here from Columbus, Ohio, a nationwide arena for a wonderful crew led by the direction of Mr. Brent Borkus and awesome analysts in the Buckeye great Audrey Flaw. I'm Brett Loftus telling you, hey, couple days off from volleyball. We hate it too, but Thursday we'll see you in Atlanta at 7 p.m. and then at 10 Eastern we'll see you in San Diego. Until then, stay safe, stay happy, and where else would you rather be than with the Pro Volleyball Federation on YouTube? Good night, everyone.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party. You weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
A friend told me about Girl Talk because I was struggling with friends. I thought that it would be a great experience for me to maybe see what it's like, and so far it's been amazing.